Okay, hello once again, Matinik. So this will be our last video for this semester. I hope you have enjoyed pre-calculus as I did. But I would like to apologize because we were not able to finish all of our topics because of this pandemic and because of the academic freeze last December, di ba? Nagkaroon tayo ng academic freeze for 1 week. Okay, so marami pa rin sana tayong natapos sa 1 week na yon, ano? Okay, anyway, today I will be discussing with you addition and subtraction identities, and if we will still have time later on, I am also going to discuss about the multiplication and division, and also that will serve as in other words, the double identities and half identities, okay, of trigonometric functions. Ayan. So, if you can still remember, last year I had discussed also with you about the unit circle, wherein the radius is equal to 1, and we can use this unit circle to find the values or the trigonometric ratios given the angle measure. Ayan. Okay, so if you can still remember, last year I discussed to you that sine theta, can you see it? Okay. Sine theta is equal to the y coordinate, and then we have cosine theta is equal to the x coordinate, and tangent theta is equal to y over x. Okay, so if you cannot remember anymore, then I will give you some examples. Okay, let me just get some scratch paper. Ayan. So if we are going to look for the ratio, trigonometric ratio of sine, say 45 degrees. So we are going to look for the coordinates of our 45 degrees. So ito yung 45 degrees natin. Our x coordinate is square root of 2 over 2, and our y coordinate is square root of 2 over 2. So nandoon yung sine theta natin is equal to the y coordinate. So our y coordinate is square root of 2 over 2. Therefore, sine 45 degrees is equal to square root of 2 over 2. Okay, that's easy. How about if we have here tangent 90 degrees. Ayan. So, tangent 90 degrees. So, where is 90 degrees? Here is our 90 degrees. And the coordinates are 0 and 1. So, this is our x coordinate and this is our y coordinate. And we consider that tangent theta is equal to the y coordinate over the x coordinate. So, our y is 1 over our x is 0. So, 1 divided by 0 is undefined. Yan. So, the value of our tangent 90, if we're going to punch it in our calculator, okay, tangent 90 is equal to math error. Okay, so undefined. Let us have another one. Let's say cosine 150 degrees. Okay, cosine 150 degrees. So where is 150 degrees in our unit circle? So this is here it is, 150 degrees, and these are its coordinates, x and y. So cosine theta is equal to the x coordinate. So our x coordinate here is negative square root of 3 over 2. Sorry. Okay, negative square root of 3 over 2. Therefore, cosine 150 degrees is equal to negative square root of 3 over 2. Okay? But, what if we are tasked, let me just focus, okay, a little bit on our paper. What if we are tasked to find the value or the ratio of cosine 105 degrees? Okay, so the first thing that we will have in mind if we are given this task is to find 105 degrees in our unit circle. But then, we cannot find 105 degrees in our circle. Okay, unit circle. So what are we going to do? What we're going to do is to find two numbers that we can find in our unit circle that will be equal to 105. Okay, so saan kaya yan? 105 na yan. So, 105 is equal to 135 minus 30, isn't it? 135 minus 30 is equal to 105. Therefore, we can change or we can substitute 105 there as cosine 135 degrees minus 30 degrees. So, dito na papasok yung ating addition and subtraction identities. So, here are the formulas of the addition and subtraction identities of trigonometric functions. Ayan. So, hanapin natin na saan yung kapareha ng cosine 135 minus 30. So, this is minus. So, ayun siya. So, cosine x minus y. So, this time, this is our x and this is our y. Okay. So, the formula for cosine x minus y is equal to what? Cosine x times cosine y plus sine x times sine y. Ayan. So, yan ang gagamitin natin. So, we have now cosine 135 degrees minus 30 degrees. Kasi yun yung nandito eh. Ayan. Oops! Ang aking ballpen na iano doon sa... Oh my goodness. Sumusulat ka pa ba? Ayan. Okay, so yun. 135 at saka 30. Ayan. Okay, so that will be equal to cosine 135 degrees times cosine 30 degrees plus sine 135 degrees times sine 30 degrees. Nakikita nyo pa ba? Maliliit na ba masyado? Okay. And so, ang susunod natin gagawin ay titignan natin yung coordinates ng 135 degrees. Ano yung coordinates ng 135 degrees natin? Ito yung 135 degrees natin. Ang coordinates ay negative square root of 2 over 2 and positive square root of 2 over 2. Ayan. Okay? And then, titignan din natin yung coordinates ng 30 degrees natin. Ano yung mga coordinates ng 30 degrees natin? So, yun yung 30 degrees natin. Square root of 3 over 2 and 1/2. Ayan. Okay, so since we already have these values, so remember, these are coordinates or ordered pairs. So, x and y, x and y. So, cosine, let us now solve. Cosine 135 degrees minus 30 degrees is equal to cosine 135. So, cosine 135, ang cosine natin ay x. Mapapansin ninyo? Sige, sulat ko na lang dito. Ang cosine theta natin ay x coordinate at ang sine theta natin ay y coordinate. Okay? So, cosine 135. So, ayun yung 135 natin. Ang x natin ay negative square root of 2 over 2. Okay? Times cosine 30. Ang cosine 30 natin ay square root of 3 over 2. Plus, ang sine 135 natin ay, ang sine theta natin ay yung y coordinate, which is square root of 2 over 2, multiplied by our sine 30 degrees is 1/2. Okay, so I hope nasundan nyo yon. Equals, wag na natin ilagay doon para, para may space tayo. Okay, so this means, ito na yung hinahanap natin. Itong nandito. Okay, so, negative square root of 2 times square root of 3 is negative square root of 6. Okay, over 2 times 2 is 4. Plus, ay may space na pala. Square root of 2 times 1 is square root of 2 over 2 times 2 is 4. Therefore, cosine 135 degrees minus 30 is 105 degrees is equal to our common denominator is very common. Okay, over 4. So we have negative square root of 6 plus square root of 2 over 4. As simple and as easy as that. Okay? Are you ready for our next example? Shall we proceed to our next example? Okay, so let us have our next example. Let me use another color of ball pen. Let me use the red one. Or do you want the pink one? Ayan. So, what if we have to find, ang hahanapin naman natin ngayon ay sine 195 degrees. Okay, so hanapin nga natin ang sine 145 degrees. May 145 degrees ba tayo dito sa ating unit circle? Wala, di ba? So, paano natin mahahanap yung 100 or sine 195 degrees? So, hahanap tayo ngayon ng dalawang number na kapag pinag-plus o kaya pinag-minus is equal to 195. Okay? So, 195 is the same as what? 140. Ayan. So, alin kaya dito? 195. May 140 ba tayo? Wala. So, 150 plus 45. Isn't it? 150 plus 45. So, we have 150 degrees plus 45 degrees. Ayan. Okay? So, plus tayo ngayon. Sin x plus y. So, ayun siya. Sin x plus y. So, this is our x and this is our y. So, ano daw yung formula ng sin x plus y? Ayun siya. Okay. So, sin 150 degrees. Sorry. Sin 150 degrees minus, or let's see, sin x muna. Sorry. Sin x plus y is equal to, ano daw? Okay. Ayan. Sin x cosine y plus cosine x sin y. Ayan. Okay. So, let us substitute the given to our formula. So, we have, ilagay na muna natin doon. Ayan. So, we have sin 150 degrees minus, or plus 45 degrees is equal to sine 150 degrees, our x, cosine, our y is 45 degrees, plus cosine, our x is 150 degrees, sine, our y is 45 degrees. Okay? So, the next thing that we are going to do, so this is the first thing that we are going to do. You are going to find two numbers that can be added or subtracted that will be equal to our original angle measure. And then, kapag nahanap mo na siya, you determine your x and y. And then, tignan yung formula for that certain addition or sum or difference. And then, substitute. Ayan. Okay. And then the next thing that we are going to do is to look for the coordinates. The coordinates of 150 degrees. Ano yung coordinates ng 150 degrees natin? Ayan. So, square root of 3. Negative, rather. Square root of 3 over 2 and 1/2. So, these are the coordinates of our 150 degrees. And the coordinates of our 45 degrees are, yun yung 45 degrees natin, okay? So, square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2. Ayan. Okay, so kompleto na. Let me just fold this muna. Okay. So, kompleto na yung given natin. All we have to do is to substitute these coordinates to our formula. So, that will be, lagay na natin, sine 195 degrees is equal to sine 150. So, ang sine natin ay, nasaan na yung pan natin kanina? Ayun, yung sine natin is equal to the y coordinate. So, ang sine 150 natin ay 1/2. So, that is 1/2 times cosine 45 natin. Ang cosine natin ay x coordinate. So, ito siya. Square root of 2 over 2. I hope you are following. Plus, cosine 150 natin ay yung x coordinate ng 150. So, square root or negative square root of 3 over 2 multiplied by sine 45 natin ay square root of 2 over 2. Ayan. And then, we are going to operate. So, 1 times square root of 2 is square root of 2 over 2 times 2 is 4 plus negative 3. So, negative square root of 6 over 4. Okay? So, here we are going to finalize our answer. Sine 195 degrees is equal to our denominator or LCD is 4. Square root of 2. Positive times negative is negative. Square root of 6. So, I hope that is already clear. Ang unang hahanapin ay yung dalawang number that can be added or subtracted para makuha natin yung original na angle measure natin. And then, determine your x and y. And then, identify your formula. And then, substitute the given or the x and y to the formula. And then, find for the ratios of our x and y, x angle and y angle, and then substitute these ratios to the equation and then simplify. Okay? Okay, let us have our next example. Ayan. Okay, what if we have tangent negative 15? Okay? So, if you're going to look for negative 15 dito sa ating unit circle, wala tayong makikita. Okay, wala. But then, 30 minus 45 is equal to negative 15. Ayan. So, we can translate this or rewrite this. Masyado yatang malapit. Okay, we can rewrite this as tangent 30 degrees minus 45 degrees. Okay? And then, the next thing that we are going to do, so this is our x and y. The next thing that we are going to do is to look for the formula for tangent x minus y. Okay? So, nasaan na yung ating mga formulas? Okay? So, ito yung ating tangent x minus y. Tangent x minus y is equal to, there we go. So, let us copy that. Okay, we have tangent x minus tangent y over 1 plus tangent x tangent y. Ayan. Okay, so the next thing that you are going to do now is to look or to substitute muna yung ating x and y dito sa ating formula. Okay? So, magiging tangent 30 degrees minus 45 degrees is equal to tangent, ano yung x natin? 30 degrees. Oh, sorry. Minus tangent 45 degrees over 1 plus tangent 30 degrees, tangent 45 degrees. Yan. Okay? And then the next thing is to look for the ratios of our angle measures or the coordinates. Okay? So, our 30 degrees has the coordinates. 30 degrees natin ay, ayan. So, we have square root of 3 over 2 and 1/2. Do not forget to enclose your coordinates with parentheses. And then we have for our 45 degrees, the coordinates are there. Okay? So we have square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2. Okay? So now that we have already our coordinates, let us recall that tangent is equal to y or x, y over x. Okay, y over x. So this is our x, this is our y, this is our x, this is our y. So we need that in order for us to know how to substitute and what to substitute to our formula. Okay? Bakit parang banking? Yan. So, let us proceed. Let us now substitute. Sulat na lang natin tangent negative 15 degrees equals tangent 30. So, our tangent 30 is this. Okay, so tangent 30 is x or y minus y divided by x. So that is square root, 1 pala, 1/2 divided by square root of 3 over 2. Sorry for that. And close natin siya. Minus tangent 45 ay square root of 2 over 2 divided by square root of 2 over 2. All over 1 plus tangent 30 ay ito rin, 1/2 divided by square root of 3 over 2 minus times square root of 2 over 2 divided by square root of 2 over 2. Yan. Okay, and then let us just simplify. So, tangent negative 15 degrees is equal to, kapag nag-divide ng fraction, kukunin yung reciprocal nito and then proceed to multiplication. So, that will be 1/2 multiplied by 2 and square root of 3. Minus square root of 2 divided by square root of 2 is equal to, of course, 1. Any number that is divided by itself is equal to 1. Over 1 plus 1/2 times 2 and square root of 3. Diba? Reciprocal. Multiplied by, again, square root of 2 divided by square root of 2 is equal to 1. Okay, there we go. And then let us simplify further. We have 1 times, or we can cancel this already, isn't it? Okay, so ang natira ay 1 is over square root of 3 minus 1. Okay? Lagyan ko nga ng ganyan, baka malito kayo. Okay? Over 1 plus, again, cancel natin ito. And then, kapag minultiply mo yan, ito rin ang matitira. So, 1 over square root of 3. Ayan. Para mawala yung ating denominator na square root of 3, o kaya kahit anong denominator, pwede nyo siyang i-multiply on the numerator and by the numerator and by the denominator. So, ang denominator natin dito ay square root of 3. So, multiply natin ng square root of 3 ito. I-multiply din natin ito ng square root of 3. Okay? So, magiging ito makakancel na doon. So, that will become 1 minus square root of 3. Okay? Kasi, multiply natin doon. So, 1 times square root of 3 is square root of 3 divided by square root of 3. That is equal to 1. Okay? And then minus 1 times square root of 3 is square root of 3. All over 1 times the square root of 3 is square root of 3. Okay? Plus 1. Okay? And then, we are going to conjugate. Rationalize. Kasi, ito, may square root of 3 siya. Ayan. So, how are we going to do that? We are going to multiply 1 minus square root of 3. Okay, over 1 minus square root of 3. Okay, so that will be equal to, this will become square of a binomial. So, 1 minus 2 and square root of 3 plus 3. Sana hindi ko na kailangang i-multiply, i-explain yan. Okay, all over square root of, or 1 minus 3. Okay? So, that will become, dito na nga muna natin isulat. So, combine like terms. So, 1 plus 3 is 4. So, 4 minus 2 and square root of 3 over 1 minus 3 is negative 2. And then, kung mapapansin niyo ito, this is factorable. 4 and 2. So, ang factor niyan ay negative 2. Okay? So, or sige, positive 2 na lang. Para hindi kayo malito. So, we have 4 divided by 2 is 2 minus 2 square root of 3 divided by 2 is square root of 3. All over negative 2. So, we can cancel this 2. But then, positive divided by negative is equal to negative. So, we have negative. We have negative here. We are going to multiply it there. So, negative times 2 is negative 2. Negative times negative is positive square root of 3. Therefore, we can say that tangent negative 15 degrees is equal to negative 2 plus square root of 3. Ayan. Okay? So, check nga natin sa ating calculator. Okay, using our calculator. Ayan, tignan lang natin kung tama tayo. Okay, so we have tangent. Ayan, tangent negative 15 is equal to, there we go, negative 2 plus square root of 3. Okay, so I hope this example is clear. Kapag medyo nalito kayo, balikan nyo lang. Sige, i-ano ko na lang kung paano nangyari ito, itong bandang ito. Okay, so kapag merong ganyan, i-rationalize mo ng ganyan, mag-conjugate ka. Anong ibig sabihin ng conjugate? You're going to multiply. Kapag sum siya, you are going to multiply the, anong tawag mo dito? Difference. Kapag naman difference ito, sum naman ang i-multiply mo doon. Pero dapat pareho yung what do you call this? Terms mo. Okay? Yung two terms mo. So, paano mangyayari yan? Okay, so square root, kapag sum and difference kasi yan, di ba? Square the first and square the, or minus square the second. Kaya naman, ni-square natin yung square root of 3, so naging 3. Okay? And then, ni-square natin yung 1, naging 1. Okay? Eh, ma'am, bakit ganyan? Bakit minus dyan? Eh, plus positive na. Kasi nandito yung minus niya. Okay, paano malalaman? Bakit hindi square root of 3 minus 1? Okay lang din yun. Kapag minus 1 ito, or square root of 3 minus 1 ito, square root of 3 minus 1 doon, dito na magkakatalo. Itong 4 naman ang magiging negative, yung 2 naman ang magiging positive. Okay? So, kahit ano dyan, kahit magkabaliktad yan, basta pareho yung terms, and then dapat plus and minus. Okay? So, dito sa baba, walang problema kasi sum and difference of two squares. So, square the first, square the second. Dito sa taas, ang medyo magkakaproblema kasi 1 minus square root of 3 squared. So, parang ganyan ang nangyari kasi dalawa na sila. Okay? So, square or, yes, the square of a difference. So, kapag ganyan, di ba? Blank minus blank plus blank. So, the first term is square the first, so that is 1. And then the last term is square the last term there or the second term there. So, square root or you're going to cancel the square already kasi ni-square mo na siya, so magiging 3. And then, sa middle term ay ma-automatic na 2. And then, pag multiplyin mo yung dalawa, so 1 times square root of 3 is square root of 3. Ayan. Okay na? So, I hope that is also clear. Ito, diniscuss ko na ito noong mga first week ng pre-calculus. Diniscuss din ito nung kayo ay nasa grade 7. Diniscuss ulit nung grade 8, grade 9, and grade 10. Okay, so siguro easy na yan sa inyo. So, it is just a review. So, ganyan kahaba yung ating solution. But then, there is a ibang feeling kapag nakuha mo yung tamang sagot. So, just be patient. Okay? And then, follow all the steps correctly. Para sa ganun, you will arrive to the correct answer. Okay? So, if you have question on this video, just comment down below. Or, kapag medyo na-confuse kayo, balikan nyo lang yung video na ito. Okay? So, let us have our next example. What? Naka 13 minutes na ako. And then, next ay, what if we have, let me use another ball pen again. Let me use this one. Makikita kaya ito? So, let's say cosine. Oops, bakit? Anong nangyari sa ball pen na ito? Sorry. Ay, nako. May nakahulog nito sa inyo, boys. Okay. Violet na nga lang. So, we have, let's say, cosine 7 pi over 12. Ayan. So, nasa na yung unit circle natin? Hanapin nga natin yung cosine 7 over 12. Meron tayong 7 over 6 dito. Meron tayong 7 over 4 doon, pero wala tayong 7 over 12. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do again is to find two angle measures or yes, and radian measure na nandito sa unit circle natin that will be equal to square 7 pi over 12 if added or subtracted. Ayan. So, kung makikita natin, meron tayo ditong pi over 3 at saka pi over 4. So, if you're going to add pi over 3 plus pi over 4, if you're going to add that, our common denominator is 12. So, 12 divided by 3 is 4 times pi is 4 pi. Plus 12 divided by 4 is 3 times pi is 3 pi. So, that is equal to 4 pi plus 3 pi is 7 pi over 12. Okay, so meron na tayong x and y. Ayan. So, we can rewrite it now. Doon ka na. We can rewrite it now as cosine 7 pi over 12 is the same as or equal to cosine pi over 3 plus pi over 4. Okay, so this is our x and this is our y. And then the next thing that we're going to do is to, may I use another ball pen para hindi kayo malito. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is to look for the formula for cosine x plus y. Oh, dapat pala merong close and open parenthesis yan. Okay? Dapat laging may close and open parenthesis yan. So, the formula for cosine x plus y, cosine x plus y ay ayon. Ayan. Okay? So, that is equal to cosine x, cosine y minus sine x, sine y. Ayan. Okay? So, the next thing is to substitute na yung x and y dun sa ating formula. Okay? So, that is cosine pi over 4, I over 3, plus pi over 4 equals cosine pi over 3, times cosine pi over 4 minus sine pi over 3 sine pi over 4. Ayan. Okay? And then, ang susunod na gagawin natin ay hanapin yung coordinates ng pi over 3 at saka ng pi over 4. Ano ang kanilang mga coordinates? So, balik tayo dun sa ating unit circle. Nasaan ang pi over 3? Yun ang pi over 3 natin. So, that is 1/2. And square root of 3 over 2. Okay, and then ang pi over 4 natin ay square root of 2 over 2. And square root of 2 over 2. Ayan. Okay? And then, ang next na gagawin na natin ay isa-substitute na natin yung mga given na ito dun sa ating equation. So, remember again that cosine theta is equal to the x value. Okay? And sine theta is equal to the y value. Ayan. So, cosine 7 pi over 12 now is equal to cosine pi over 3. So, ito yung pi over 3 natin. Ang cosine ay x. So, that is 1/2. Okay. Multiplied by cosine y. Okay. So, ito yung ating y. Okay, malilito ha. Ang y natin ay yung pi over 4. Ayan. Bakit kasi x and y dapat a and b? Anyway, nandito na tayo. Okay. So, ito. So, square root of 2 over 2 minus, since that is minus, sine x. So, ang sine x natin ay ito. Okay, sine s equal to y. So, ito siya. Square root of 3 over 2 multiplied by sine y. So, ayun. Ito. Square root of 2 over 2. Ayan. So, simplify na lang natin siya. 1 times square root of 2 is square root of 2. Over 2 times 2 is 4 minus square root of 3 times square root of 2 is square root of 6. I hope you can still remember your law of rational expression rather. Ayan. And then 2 times 2 is 4. Therefore, cosine 7 pi over 12 is equal to square root of 2 minus square root of 6 over 4. Ayan. Ganun lang siya kadali. Okay? Next. Next example na tayo. So, puno na pala ito. Tignan ko nga kung pwede kong gamitin yung kabila. Ayan. Economize. Mag-economize tayo para hindi maubos ang ating mga punong kahoy. Ayan. Okay? Next, we have, let me use this one. We have to find sine pi over 12. Ayan. Sine pi over 12. So, unang titignan yung ating unit circle. May sine pi over 12 ba? Siyempre, wala dyan. Okay? Kaya maghahanap tayo ng pwede natin gamitin na kapag pinag-plus o kaya pinag-minus ay equal to pi over 12. And I think, let us try yung, nasa na ba? Okay. 3 pi over 4 minus 2 pi over 3. Ayan. Okay? So, kapag pinag-minus kasi yan, ang common denominator ay 12. Okay? Medyo ikanyan nga natin. Nahihirapan akong abutin yan. Okay? And then, 12 divided by 4 is 3 times 3 is 9 pi. Minus 12 divided by 3 is 4 times 2 is 8 pi. So, 9 minus 8 is pi over 12. Yehey! Meron na tayong dalawa. Kasi nandun yung, nasa na ba? Nandun yung 4 ay 3/4. Nasa ng 3/4? Ayun. 3 pi over 4. And then we have 2 pi over 3. Ayan. Okay? So, let us proceed. Ano yung una nating gagawin? Ha? So, meron na tayong x and y. Ito yung ating x and y. Okay? So, ang susunod na gagawin natin ay tignan natin yung formula. Okay? Kukunin natin yun. Pwede ka naman na mag-direct para hindi mo nababalikan ito mamaya. Kukunin mo na agad yung 3 pi over 4, yung kanyang ratio o yung kanyang coordinates. 3 pi over 4 ang coordinates ay negative 2, ay square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2. And then, yung isa ay 2 pi over 3. Ayun yung 2 pi over 3. So, negative 1/2. Oops, ano nangyayari sa'yo, ballpen ka? Sorry, negative 1/2. 1/2. And square root of 3 over 2. Ayan. So, hindi na natin ito babalikan mamaya. Diyan ka na. Okay, and then the next thing that we are going to do is to look for the formula. Ano yung formula natin for sine minus? Okay, minus. So, sine x minus y is equal to, oops, nakikita ba? Sine x minus y is equal to sine x cosine y minus cosine x sine y. Ayan. Okay, and remember that sine theta is equal to y and cosine theta is equal to x. Ayan. And then substitute na tayo. Mag-substitute na tayo. Ayan. So we have sine pi over 12 na lang is equal to sine 3 pi over 4 cosine 2 pi over 3 minus cosine 3 pi over 4 and sine 2 pi over 3. Ayan. Okay? And then, ang susunod, substitute na natin yung mga coordinates. So, sine pi over 12 is equal to, tanggalin na natin yan dyan para hindi kayo malito. Okay? Sine 3 pi over 4. So, sine 3 pi over 4, ang sine ay yung y coordinate. So, square root of 2 over 2 times cosine 2 pi over 3. So, yun. So, yung x coordinate niya, negative 1/2. Okay? Minus cosine 3 pi over 4. So, yung x coordinate naman nito, so, square root of 2 over 2. Multiplied by sine 2 pi over 3 is square root of 3 over 2. Ayan. So, let us just simplify further. So, square root of 2 times negative 1 is negative square root of 2 over 2 times 2 is 4 minus negative times negative is positive. Ay, negative times positive is negative multiplied by negative is positive. So, square root of 6 over 4. Okay? So, that is equal to, unahin na natin yung positive. Square root of 6 minus square root of 2 over 4. Okay? So, meaning, sine pi over 12 is equal to square root of 6 minus square root of 2 over 4. As simple and as easy as that. Okay? Ayan. So, sin pi over 12 is equal to square root of 6 over, minus square root of 2 over 4. Tignan natin dito sa ating calculator. So, kapag nag-punch in kayo sa calculator ninyo, be sure na naka-radian measure siya. Ayun. Asa nakikita nyo? Naka-radian siya. So, paano nyo gagawin yon? Okay. So, shift nyo siya and then set up. Punta kayo sa angle unit, so that is 2. And then, pindutin lang din yung 2 kasi radian. So, that is 2. Para maging radian measure siya. Kasi, ibang lalabas kapag naka-degree siya. Okay? So, we have sine, and then, pindutin natin yung my numerator and denominator na yan. And then, pi. Lagyan natin yung pi. And then, 12. Okay? And then, equals. So, we have there square root of 6 minus square root of 2 over 4. Okay na? So, I hope okay na. Simple lang din naman ang may ibibigay kong exam. Okay? Huwag kayo mag-alala. So, that will be all for today. So, I hope you enjoyed watching. And please, ang gawin ninyo siguro para matuto kayo, ulitin niyo yung video, but then, i-pause niyo kapag magsisimula na doon, muna doon sa may problem, and then mag-solve kayo, and then titignan niyo kung tama yung pagkakasolve niyo based on the video. Okay? Yun na muna yung pagpraktisan ninyo. Or else, i-solve niyo rin yung mga nasa libro para makita ninyo kung tama yung ginagawa niyo. Okay? So, thank you for watching.